Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected here in these circumstances. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Mrs. Otto. Well, according to what Mr. Windybank told us earlier, today was the final day in which the cult could have been redeemed, was it not? Yes, ma'am, that's correct. Today will precisely be 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today is 15th April, so 2 months ago today. And McGilded died way before that. Would have been 15th February, sir, that's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m., I see. What? But that suggests... Yes, 15th February. It's precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. At 10:30 in the evening, it's precisely the time in which the terrible events are unfolding. Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose, however. I must insist that I hand over the music boxes now. It would be a terrible shame for you to return your native land in a box. What do I do? Oh my god. I don't think your life is worth it. Just hand over the disc. He has a gun pointed at you. He could shoot me at any moment. I hate to give in, but what other choice do I really have here? Oh my god, Mr. Windybank! This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers if that were to happen. I should have to... No! Mr. Windybank, no! Alright, that's enough. Oh, the police! Mr. Inspector Gregson! Inspector? That's right, sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines, so we got here as fast as we could. Now what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise be the sun! You're here at last! I was moments away from reading my own life in a rail establishment. It'll see me at the upper hand. Alright, you all got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered by some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Mr. Windybank very near met with his end. Yeah, by his own gun as far as I can tell. Oh dear. And the whole Brennan convenience on it. If I don't get the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on. What on earth's the case, Inspector? Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you a lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. What the dance moves? He's getting away! Get after him, lads! Let's beat officer too. Sir! He just escaped by twirling around! Wow! Just in a spate of deaths and pawn shops around here wrestling. But we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters are broken so there's no one there's trouble. Oh, Inspector's very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning. Oh, yes? Permanently in mourning? He's wearing a black coat. I'll be taking whatever it is. McGilded's down to the yard. Thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. No, don't give it to him. It's mine, Dad. It's mine. I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now. As evidence? Because he died. If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we no choice but to capitulate. If it's all yours, Inspector. Grr. And so, we handed Mr. McGilded's disc over to Inspector Gregson, and we're summarily turned us shop onto the street. To be continued. Well, I'm actually gonna continue. So I guess this part will be part 24 and Sherlock's deduction will be part 23. 15th April, Baker Street. See, that's why I hate grown-ups. All you do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you. Oh really, Mrs. Starr? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm? What? Oh my, sure you're given that. Yeah, the D let me keep it after like dagger assignment for long enough. You want to talk and go on then, have it before telling me to scarper. Always pays off, giving people a look like you hate them. I can't have a feeling it's going to get you into serious trouble one day. What I really want is the nice shiny disc mine. The music box disc? But Mr. Rainy makes it practically worthless. I think I'm gonna have another bash, give him a large stare. I think not, Mrs. Todd. We shan't enter Windy Banks again today. Why not? That's not fair. It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Winniebank. But that is mine. I had over the ticket for his coat and it was in his coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. That's what the Rod and Cove said, ain't it? Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he? Well then, that's mine too, whatever it is. Now she's really pushing her luck. Mr. Strahd, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for today. Yeah, it's all your fault, Scholes. And what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening? Eh? Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain with a modest violin recital. No, Ta. Oh. Why would I come around your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something? Oh dear, she's gone. Having her vow to me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. When she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for a potential guest at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be guided for company later too. Sorry? I believe I'll have a rather splendid surprise to show you. Oh, how exciting! What is it? It's a surprise! You shall have to wait and see, Mrs. Sato. Until later then. I guess we could move. Or I could examine. Are there any other places to examine? I guess not. Nothing interesting to know, so why don't we go to Sholmes to see? Kinda wanna know what the surprise is. Don't you agree? Alright, 3:46 p.m. Ah, Susie and Bruno, come in, come in. Good afternoon, Iris. Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already. Busy as always? I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening. Already? Whoops. You're obviously cooking something special, are you? Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on. Hehe, you'll never guess. Look at those little eyes that were shining. Oh dear, it's awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Ginny! Isn't it exciting? Oh, what a surprise! Yes, it's good, wonderful news. Wow, Iris is overjoyed at the idea. I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional. Oh yes, that does sound like fun. I'm not sure this is entirely appropriate. Are you, Mr. Naruhodo? By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Scholes up to? Hurley? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back. Hello, Mr. Scholes. I beg that you want to speak to me. Sorry? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here. I don't know how to respond to that. I do apologize when he gets like this. He's completely oblivious to everything. Yes, I see. Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes. Hurley does. Mr. Scholes and Iris is something of a parent-child relationship, don't they? Well, yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder where real parents are. What's the matter, Bruno? You have ever such a funny look on your face? Oh, no, it's nothing. I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mrs. Scholes? You're wondering, am I right? Am I right now? How would you? Hee hee. Oh, Bruno, I can read you like a book. This girl's dangerous. Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind. Okay. I guess we'll talk to Iris. So by Ginny, you mean Mrs. Strahd, the young woman from the McGilda case 2 months ago, right? Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although I did a try inviting her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends. Oh, what a lovely tale. Yes, and now if I bump her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can. Oh. And I chase after her down the back alleys. Interesting idea of friendship. I mean, there's many different types of friendships. And then I let her have the latest color smoke grenade ever developed. Oh. There are so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants me to make a whole rainbow. Wow. I suppose this means you've let Mrs. Strahd keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you? Yes, that's right. I'd get bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now. Poor Hurley. Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been so long since she last came over. I'm so excited. I just hope she does actually come. I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you? Well, it has crossed my mind. That and where are your real parents? My mummy and daddy aren't with me anymore. Mummy passed away when I was born. And around the same time, my father. Well, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on. Oh, wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley? Yes. Daddy and Hurley are always solving mystery cases together. She didn't mention that before. He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's one in the metal chest over there. Really? He recorded them all? So, you mean it's true, Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases? Oh yes, I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it? So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father? Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest, but that only made me want to look even more, so I opened it up. I found your father's memoirs. Yes, so I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me, that's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father. So Iris' father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. I practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So he adopted you. So it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy. I mean, it must have done. I wonder why Mrs. Sholmes chose to tell you at such a young age. I mean, Iris is like... Oh. Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me. I mean, Iris like already opened up the chest, like she already knew about her father's memoirs. Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways has rubbed off on me. There are some things I could just see. Especially lies. I almost don't know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes. Right. Anyway, I was so fascinated and read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, actually. I'd always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all these thrilling stories. Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he solved the case, all of it vanishes from his mind. Oh, I see. The other day it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was kind of shock for everyone. You can say that again. You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris? That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson. I went for his diary, so he's Dr. Medicine, you see. That's the problem. We study and study so I could earn a doctor as well. Iris' father, who went to some distant land, and is a doctor by the name is John H. Wilson. The court will now hear the trial ruinous Naruhodo. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim. That was Iris' father, Dr. John H. Wilson. Are you kidding me? That's right, visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University, and the man who, in the most bizarre circumstances, lost his life just before he left Japan. That was Iris' dad. Mrs. Sato. Yes. Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time. I think that would be for the best. Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you. Yay, Mr. Sholmes. Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? We've been with you for most of the day. Goodness, really? Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin escape? My violin? What are you ever talking about, my dear madame? Never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows. Oh, another music box disc. No, not another disc, Mrs. Otto. It's the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGill, this disc. Oh my. Then, what's it doing here? Hehehe, you know, at times, Mr. Naruhodo, I think that though I have an undeniable term for detection, I may well be even more adept than larceny. Oh, that'd be wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant. Aruna could be our go-to lawyer if we ever get caught. Right. Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting, she could write all our menacing crime notifications. Yes, I'd be delighted. I'm just going to pretend this conversation never happened, I think. Okay guys, I think that'll be it for part 23 and 24. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me babble on. Yeah, bye. I'll see you guys.